In 2025, we're going to face a new reality. The reality that being too nice doesn't get you the results you deserve. We've been conditioned to be accommodating, to please others, to avoid conflict. But the truth is, being too nice can be a silent killer of success. It's time to shift our mindset. It's time to understand that the cost of being overly nice often comes at the expense of our own ambitions, growth, and potential. What if instead of people-pleasing, we focused on purpose-driven action? What if, instead of bending over backward to accommodate, we stood firm in our vision and values? This year, we need to make a choice. Will we continue to be nice? Or will we dare to be bold, unapologetically committed to our goals and our self-worth? Today, we're going to explore why it's time to stop being too nice and how this simple shift can radically transform your 2025. Being nice doesn't mean being a pushover. It's about understanding the importance of defining your boundaries and recognizing that they are essential for maintaining your dignity and well-being. Setting boundaries allows you to protect your time, energy, and emotional resources. When you don't set clear boundaries, you inadvertently teach others that your needs are secondary to theirs, which can lead to exploitation or neglect of your own priorities. Being nice often comes with the misconception that you have to agree with everything or accommodate everyone, but this is far from the truth. True kindness involves being firm about what you can and cannot do, ensuring that your actions align with your values and capabilities. By clearly communicating your limits, you not only foster respect from others, but also develop a deeper sense of self-respect. This doesn't make you mean or unkind, it makes you someone who understands the value of balance in relationships. People who truly care about you will appreciate your honesty and the effort you put into maintaining a healthy dynamic, even if it means saying no or standing your ground occasionally. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential. Prioritizing yourself is a foundational step towards leading a fulfilling and balanced life. When you constantly put others before yourself, you risk depleting your own physical and emotional resources, leaving you unable to be your best for anyone, including yourself. Taking time to care for your own needs, whether it's through rest, hobbies, physical health, or emotional well-being, is not a luxury but a necessity. It's important to remember that neglecting your own needs doesn't make you more generous or noble. It often leads to burnout, frustration, and even resentment. When you prioritize yourself, you signal to others that your time and energy are valuable. This doesn't mean you're ignoring the needs of others. Rather, you're ensuring that you are in the best position to support them effectively when needed. Prioritizing yourself also involves recognizing the importance of saying no to commitments that don't align with your goals or values. By doing so, you free up space for what truly matters, allowing you to give your best to the things and people that deserve your attention. Empowering yourself to decline when needed is one of the most liberating skills you can develop. Saying no without guilt requires a shift in mindset, where you understand that your worth is not tied to your ability to please others or meet their expectations. It's a reminder that you are not obligated to agree to every request or invitation that comes your way. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you are essentially saying no to something that does. Learning to decline gracefully but firmly allows you to regain control over your schedule and focus on what truly matters. It's important to recognize that saying no doesn't make you selfish or uncaring. It's an act of self-respect. People who value you will understand and appreciate your honesty, while those who don't are likely more interested in what they can gain from you rather than fostering a mutually respectful relationship. Practicing the art of saying no helps you establish a sense of empowerment and control, enabling you to navigate life with confidence and purpose. Focusing on the people and goals that truly matter requires a conscious effort to stop pleasing everyone. While it's natural to want to be liked and accepted, spreading yourself too thin by trying to satisfy everyone often leads to dissatisfaction and stress. Not everyone in your life will have your best interest at heart, and trying to meet everyone's expectations can detract from the time and energy you need to invest in meaningful relationships and personal ambitions. It's crucial to identify who and what deserves your attention and to channel your resources accordingly. When you stop striving for universal approval, you create space for genuine connections with people who value and respect you for who you are. This also means learning to let go of relationships or commitments that drain you rather than uplift you. By focusing on your core priorities, you'll find that your efforts yield more meaningful results, whether in your personal life, career, or other pursuits. This shift not only brings a sense of fulfillment, but also reinforces the importance of aligning your actions with your values. Speaking your truth firmly and respectfully is the cornerstone of assertive communication. It involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a way that is clear and direct while still respecting the perspectives of others. Being assertive is not about being aggressive or dominating, it's about finding the balance between passivity and hostility. When you practice assertive communication, you take ownership of your voice and ensure that your opinions and boundaries are understood. This skill helps you navigate difficult conversations and establish mutual respect in your relationships. It's important to recognize that being assertive doesn't guarantee that others will always agree with you or accommodate your requests, but it does ensure that you are advocating for yourself in a healthy and constructive manner. Over time, assertive communication builds confidence and fosters stronger, more authentic connections with those around you, as people come to respect your ability to stand up for yourself without disregarding their feelings. Avoiding losing yourself in trying to please others requires understanding the danger of over-accommodating. When you consistently put the needs of others above your own, you risk neglecting your own identity, desires, and well-being. Over-accommodating can stem from a fear of rejection or a desire to be liked, but it often leads to feelings of frustration, resentment, and even burnout. It's important to recognize that while compromise is a natural part of any relationship, it should never come at the cost of your own self-respect or happiness. Learning to identify when you're over-accommodating allows you to take a step back and reassess whether your actions are truly aligned with your values and priorities. By finding a balance between giving and preserving your own needs, you can cultivate healthier, more sustainable relationships that don't require you to sacrifice your sense of self. Learning to spot and resist emotional manipulation is a critical skill in maintaining your autonomy and protecting your well-being. Emotional manipulators often prey on those who are overly nice or accommodating, using guilt, flattery, or other tactics to exploit their kindness. Recognizing these behaviors requires vigilance and self-awareness, as manipulators are often skilled at disguising their intentions. It's important to trust your instincts and question situations where you feel pressured, confused, or obligated in ways that don't sit right with you. Setting boundaries and asserting yourself are key strategies for resisting manipulation, as they demonstrate that you are not easily swayed by guilt or coercion. By staying firm in your convictions and prioritizing your own needs, you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of while maintaining a sense of self-respect and integrity. Time is your most valuable currency, and it's important not to waste it on those who don't value you. Every moment you spend on unproductive or toxic relationships is a moment you can never get back. Recognizing the importance of your time involves a shift in perspective, where you see it as a limited and precious resource that should be allocated wisely. This doesn't mean you should only engage with people or activities that directly benefit you, rather. It's about ensuring that your time is spent in ways that align with your goals, values, and well-being. When you prioritize your time, you create space for growth, fulfillment, and meaningful connections. It's important to remember that valuing your time is not selfish, it's a necessary step in leading a purposeful and balanced life. By being selective about how and with whom you spend your time, you can maximize its impact and ensure that you are living in alignment with your true priorities. Shifting your mindset from approval seeker to self-confident is a transformative journey that begins with recognizing your intrinsic worth. Seeking approval from others often stems from a desire for validation or a fear of rejection, but it can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and dependency. Building self-confidence involves embracing your strengths, acknowledging your accomplishments, and trusting your instincts. It's about understanding that your value is not determined by external opinions, but by your own sense of self-worth. Developing self-confidence allows you to make decisions that align with your values and goals, rather than constantly seeking reassurance from others. This shift also helps you navigate challenges and setbacks with resilience as you become more secure in your abilities and less reliant on external validation. Over time, this confidence fosters a sense of empowerment and independence, enabling you to lead a life that is true to yourself and free from the constraints of seeking approval. Understanding what you're sacrificing is essential when considering the cost of being too nice. While being kind and accommodating can foster positive relationships, it can also lead to significant personal sacrifices if not balanced with self-respect and assertiveness. When you prioritize others' needs over your own, you may find yourself neglecting your goals, values, and well-being. This can result in feelings of frustration, resentment, and even burnout. Recognizing the cost of being too nice requires a deep reflection on how your actions align with your priorities and whether they are truly serving your best interests. By acknowledging these sacrifices, you can take steps to reestablish balance and ensure that your kindness is not taken advantage of. This involves setting boundaries, prioritizing your needs, and learning to say no when necessary. By doing so, you can maintain your generosity and compassion without compromising your own happiness and fulfillment. Every day, we are faced with a barrage of situations, people, and energies that either uplift us or drain us. It's essential to recognize that energy is a finite resource, and just like time, we cannot afford to waste it on things or individuals that don't contribute positively to our lives. Guarding your energy starts with the awareness that not every fight is worth engaging in. Sometimes silence in the face of provocation is not weakness, but a strategy to preserve your peace. Your energy should be spent on things that align with your goals, your values, and your purpose in life. It is crucial to understand that by choosing your battles wisely, you are taking back control over your life. People can often pull you into drama or conflict, but you must remember that their battles are not your own. It's easy to get swept up in the hustle of life, especially in environments that are rife with negativity, but you must learn to discern when to step back. This discernment is an act of self-respect, as it reflects your understanding of what truly matters. Similarly, the people you surround yourself with play a massive role in shaping your energy. It's important to cultivate relationships with those who lift you up and challenge you in constructive ways. Choose companions who nourish your spirit, who encourage your growth, and who bring positivity into your life. Toxic relationships, on the other hand, are energy drains that will only hold you back from reaching your full potential. Protecting your energy means surrounding yourself with people who align with your values and who respect your time and space. In choosing your companions wisely, you are actively choosing your growth, peace, and ultimate success. In a world that often values outward appearances, it can be tempting to feel the need to comply with societal norms or expectations, even if they don't sit well with your inner self. There is a tendency to confuse niceness with strength, where being agreeable and compliant is viewed as a virtue. However, true strength lies not in appeasing others, but in remaining grounded in your own values and beliefs, regardless of external pressure. Silent strength is the ability to stand firm in your convictions without the need for validation or approval from others. It's about recognizing your worth and knowing that your actions will speak volumes, even if your words are few. People may try to impose their will on you, but your inner strength allows you to choose a different path. When you act from a place of authenticity, your strength is silent yet undeniable. You don't need to raise your voice or over-explain yourself. Your actions, the choices you make, and the way you carry yourself are all testament to your strength. A person who is constantly trying to please everyone will often find themselves lost and unfulfilled. Instead, the individual who acts according to their truth, without the need for external approval, is the one who commands respect. When you stop striving to appease others and instead focus on aligning your actions with your true self, you begin to exude a quiet power that cannot be ignored. One of the hardest yet most necessary things to do for your mental and emotional health is to cut toxic ties. Toxic relationships, whether with friends, family, coworkers, or partners, can slowly erode your sense of self-worth and undermine your well-being. While it can be difficult to walk away from relationships that have been a part of your life for years, it's important to recognize that your happiness and peace are worth more than maintaining these unhealthy connections. Toxic people often drain your energy, manipulate your emotions, and keep you in a cycle of negativity. These individuals may make you feel guilty for taking care of yourself, convincing you that you should sacrifice your well-being for their benefit. However, the truth is, if you're constantly giving without receiving, and if the relationship leaves you feeling depleted, it's time to let go. Cutting ties with toxic people is not about abandoning them, rather, it's about prioritizing your mental and emotional health. It is not selfish to remove people from your life who consistently bring you down. In fact, it is one of the most self-loving things you can do. When you allow yourself to break free from toxic influences, you make room for healthier, more supportive relationships to flourish. You become more open to growth and more aligned with your true purpose. Letting go of toxic ties is a powerful act of self-preservation, and it's essential to recognize that doing so does not make you a bad person. In fact, it makes you a person who values their peace, happiness, and personal growth above all else. One of the most draining practices people engage in is the constant need to justify their decisions to others. Whether it's explaining why you made a certain choice, defending your actions, or seeking validation from others, this habit can sap your energy and undermine your confidence. The truth is, not everyone needs to understand or agree with your decisions. You are the one living with the consequences, and therefore you are the only one who truly needs to be at peace with the choices you make. Every decision you make is a reflection of your values, experiences, and personal journey, and not everyone will be able to see things from your perspective. However, this does not mean you need to justify yourself to them. The need to explain yourself stems from a desire for external validation or fear of judgment, but true empowerment comes when you release this need. When you stand firm in your decisions without feeling the urge to explain them to others, you gain a sense of inner peace and confidence. It is important to trust yourself in your judgment. You are your own best expert, and the validation you seek should come from within, not from others. Every time you stop justifying yourself, you reclaim your power and send a clear message that your decisions are yours alone to make. You don't owe anyone an explanation, and the more you practice this, the more free and confident you will feel in your choices. It's easy to confuse being nice with being kind, but the two are fundamentally different. Being nice often means pleasing others, avoiding conflict, and going along with what others want, sometimes at the expense of your own needs and boundaries. On the other hand, kindness comes from a place of strength, and it is rooted in respect for yourself and for others. Kindness does not mean being a pushover or tolerating disrespectful behavior. It means offering empathy, support, and love in a way that preserves your integrity. The difference between nice and kind is that being nice can sometimes mean sacrificing your own well-being for the sake of others, while being kind means offering genuine care and compassion without losing sight of your own values. It's important to understand that kindness is not weakness. In fact, it takes great strength to be kind in a world that often values self-interest and competition. Being kind requires you to stand firm in your boundaries while still offering love and understanding to others. It's about being able to say no when necessary and not feeling guilty for prioritizing your own needs. Kindness is not about constantly seeking approval or trying to please everyone. Rather, it's about acting with integrity, showing respect, and offering support without compromising your own dignity. Respect is something that we all desire, but many of us don't realize that the foundation for gaining respect from others lies in how we treat ourselves. The way we show up in the world, the way we communicate our needs, and the way we carry ourselves all play a crucial role in how others perceive and treat us. If you do not respect yourself, it's unlikely that others will respect you either. Respect starts from within, and it's about acknowledging your own worth and setting boundaries that protect your time, energy, and values. When you respect yourself, you make it clear to others that you expect to be treated with the same regard. This self-respect is not about arrogance, but about recognizing your value and not allowing others to diminish it. When you show up with confidence and integrity, people will naturally respond to you with respect. On the flip side, when you allow others to treat you poorly, or when you don't stand up for yourself, it sends the message that you don't value yourself, and others will follow suit. Self-respect also means having the courage to walk away from situations and relationships that do not honor you. It's about valuing your peace, your time, and your energy enough to demand that others do the same. It starts with believing that you are worthy of respect and that you don't need to beg for it. The respect you command from others is a reflection of the respect you have for yourself. In conclusion, the journey towards a fulfilled and empowered life requires us to make conscious choices every day about how we protect our energy, engage with others, and uphold our values. By guarding our energy and choosing our battles and companions wisely, we free ourselves from unnecessary drama and negativity, allowing our focus to remain on what truly matters. Silent strength, grounded in authenticity, teaches us that actions speak louder than words and that true power lies in being unapologetically ourselves. Cutting toxic ties is a necessary step in reclaiming our peace, as we learn to prioritize our mental and emotional well-being over the needs of others who drain us. We also learn the importance of not justifying ourselves to others. Our decisions are ours to make, and we don't need to explain or seek validation for them. The distinction between being nice and being kind emphasizes that kindness stems from strength, not weakness, and that we can offer compassion to others without compromising our boundaries. Respect for ourselves is the cornerstone of gaining respect from others, as it is only when we recognize our own worth that we can expect others to do the same. Ultimately, the power of a firm no becomes the gateway to a more empowered life, where we are no longer bound by the expectations or approval of others, but instead live in alignment with our true selves. This speech is a call to embrace the power within us, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to step into a life that reflects our highest potential. It's about owning our choices, protecting our peace, and living with the unwavering belief that we are worthy of the love, respect, and success we desire. As we redefine our relationships and shift our focus to quality over quantity, we cultivate a life of purpose, balance, and true fulfillment.